himself up. Lance Williams, who comes from Harrow, has been charged with false imprisonment, possession of an imitation firearm and aggravated burglary. A tug is standing by off the coast of Kent tonight in another attempt to refloat the Radio Caroline ship, the Ross Revenge. The vessel ran aground on the Goodwin Sands after breaking an anchor chain in bad weather. High tide is in half an hour. Earlier efforts to salvage the ship have been foiled by heavy seas. If this attempt is successful, the Ross Revenge will be towed into Dover Harbour. The husband of a woman killed in the Marchioness disaster in 1989 has won the right to continue a private prosecution. Earlier this year, Ivor Glogg issued summonses against South Coast Shipping, the owners of the dredger Bowbell, and 4 company directors. Their lawyers objected, claiming Mr. Glogg took too long to issue the summonses and that the publicity surrounding the case would prejudice the trial. Today, magistrates at Bow Street dismissed the claims. New ambulance service rapid response vehicles are failing to benefit patients, according to the unions. The vehicles have been brought in to speed up the time it takes paramedics to get to emergencies. The unions are branding them a waste of money. They claim it would be better spent on front-line ambulances. The London Ambulance Service says they're making a valuable contribution to patient care. Workers in the defence industry have been lobbying MPs today over fears that thousands of jobs could be lost in the southeast. Electronics firms in Essex are among plants across the country that have been affected by government cuts. And that's all from us tonight, but don't forget there's more news on your BBC local radio station until midnight. Now the weather with Bernard Davey.
Good evening. We've every reason to believe there'll be some heavy falls of rain over Scotland, especially in the west, and over parts of Northern Ireland over the next few days. The reason for it, this conveyor belt of cloud coming in from the west, and that'll be trundling up the western side of Britain for the next 4 or 5 days. Every so often you can see the cloud buckles, and this is just a development holding things back here to the west. May not be into the middle of next week before that band of cloud crosses the British Isles. On the weather chart, we have this ridge of high pressure, the fronts to the north and west. They work their way in, and then they buckle and move northwards. So they're almost likely to stay to the west over the next 4 or 5 days. At least it has turned mild. Temperatures in Scotland today all to double figures, and gradually we'll find these westerly winds bringing the milder air into all the southern and southeastern parts of the British Isles. Through tonight, some patchy rain moving southwards and southeast through East Anglia, the southeast and central southern England. There'll be further pulses of rain coming into western Scotland, some of it quite heavy. A chilly start, but gradually temperatures lifted in the south. Everywhere else should be on the mild side. And then tomorrow we split the country in two, the thicker cloud to the west, some patchy light rain and drizzle on these western coasts. Again, further heavy pulses of rain coming into northern and western Scotland. Some sheltered central and eastern areas seeing some brightness, perhaps some sunshine if you're very lucky. But then every so often the clouds thickening up in the west, and perhaps some light rain and drizzle getting into Northern Ireland and onto these southwestern coasts as well. The temperatures tomorrow, well, certainly everywhere in the mild category, 13 to 14 along this eastern coast where you get the brightness and the shelter, but even in the west they'll be into double figures, though it's going to feel on the cold side in the strong to gale force winds. As we move into Saturday, it's an east-west split, a good deal of cloud in the west for the rain coming through. The best of the brightness likely to be in central and eastern areas. Temperatures again up as high as 13. And Sunday we see very little change, just a hint of 1 or 2 showers getting into the northwest behind the main band of cloud. But at least everywhere it'll be mild. Good night.
40 Minutes on BBC Two now examines the consequences of an alleged rape in a small seaside resort. In a portrayal of the events, the programme focuses on the way the close-knit community is torn apart.
Entertainment for Saturday night on One. At 6:15, a brand new series, Noel's House Party.
We've got an amazing lineup of special guests and some quite extraordinary features, plus an opportunity for you to win an astonishing amount of money.
Some astonishing footwork at 7:05 from Brucey and his energetic contestants. The Saturday film at 8:05 is the action comedy Short Circuit. A robot on the run is looking for a friend.
You're making me breakfast, aren't you?
Pancake surprise.
With all the raw power of the missing scenes from Spartacus, the only television program that takes in the whole world, takes in another 7 million grateful viewers. Beside me at the cutting edge, Ben Elton.
And at 10:50 from the Guildhall Preston, the round 6 ties in the UK Snooker Championship. Highlights for Saturday night on BBC One.
This Thursday evening on One continues now with an hour of comedy. In 30 minutes, Warren Mitchell stars as the reluctant Jew in So You Think You've Got Troubles. First, we've a kosher consignment of Canned Carrott.